Hey, what's up? Cecil Smith here. Bandana Running. Gonna get some videos out today, a couple of them, and this one's actually gonna be a combo video. So today I'm looking at the Brooks Hyperion Tempo and the Nike React Infinity Run Flyknit 3. All right, we're gonna take a look at both of these shoes kind of quickly because this is a first impression of the Nike and just an overall impression of the Brooks Hyperion Tempo. So since the Hyperion Tempo is a quick, fast shoe, let's take a look at it first and kind of get it out of the way because this is an older shoe. It's been around for a while and there's some new iterations of the shoe out. This was, I think, a 2020 version, maybe even a 2021. It had been around a while. I got it middle of last year. As a Father's Day present, so always a good gift for Father's Day. Can't go wrong with running shoes. Father's Day's coming up in June. Only 4 months left for shopping. Just keep that in mind. But the DNA Loft nitrogen infused mid foam or midsole of this shoe is what kind of separates it from the regular Brooks shoes. That and being incredibly light. This shoe does not feel like a Ghost or Adrenaline or Glycerin or any of those sorts of Brooks shoes. This is a light, flat racer. Well, or at least a training racer. I think the original price on the shoe was like $150. So like they meant you to go out and run in this shoe. I ran one. I ran a race in the shoe. I did all right in it. It's not probably like the favoriteest shoe that I've ever run a race in. It is light. It's incredibly light. The stats, 7.2 ounces for the shoe. So, I mean, you pick it up, it feels incredibly light in your hand. It feels light on your foot. The other difference in the shoe is that it's stiff. Like this foam is not, it does not have a lot of give in it when you push on it, when you're running, when you're just standing around in it. If you really like push down in your heel in spots, like you can feel the give of the shoe, but when you're out there running, it does feel like it's a pretty hard shoe. It feels like it's stiffened up. Now, the reason for the nitrogen, my understanding for the nitrogen infusion, is that it just kind of adds like an air pockets in here to help lighten that foam up a little bit and have some spaces in there where it's going to have some more compression or a little bit more give. Now, to me, the foam feels, I don't want to say incredibly stiff, but it feels stiff underfoot. Like there's not a whole lot of give in it. A lot of good ground contact here. You really feel the ground underneath you. Just to take a look at the traction on the bottom side. Good grip, honestly, for running on the streets on the asphalt. Not too bad. This is not a shoe though that you're just wearing around. You're not just walking around in this shoe. It's a race shoe, or you're going to use it as a trainer for a race to run your race times in. That's about it. Once you get past that, there's really no other purpose for the shoe, unfortunately. So it has a pretty high price tag, or it did have a high price tag, and I think the newer Hyperions are in the same range. I just wanted to try it to see if it was going to be a good race shoe. It's not comfortable enough for me. And even though I know it's a short race, if you're running a 5K in this, that you don't need to be comfortable for a long period of time. You want maybe be a little bit uncomfortable just for the lightness of the shoe, the effect of the shoe. But it's a pass for me. Like if I had the opportunity to do it again, and like I said, it was a gift. So great gift, great opportunity to try the shoe. I had my eye on it for a while, but it had a pretty high price point, and I think it came down. But, it's a pretty big departure from other Brooks. If you've had the Ghost, if you've had the Adrenaline, this one is way different. And it's a racer, or at least one that you can practice your race time tempo in. And like I said, the name of the shoe is the Hyperion Tempo. So they want you to run at least tempo speed. The other thing for me that makes the shoe so light is it's got a thin tongue. It's got kind of a cloth tongue. Not uncomfortable, though. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. And you've got this the heel on the back that's kind of flared away a little bit. I haven't had any issues, no hot spots wearing the shoe. Like I said, it's just kind of flat. It does feel really stiff when you're running in it, but it does translate the ground pretty well. Other than that, it's not overly comfortable to just wear around. It is incredibly light. This upper it's a little stiffer than most. It's got some give side to side, but it's a very thin upper, almost one layer, and you can kind of see just the air holes in it, which is fine. I mean, it's made to be a light shoe. It's made to be a kind of a racer, and to me, that's the mold that it fits. But it's very, very specific. It's a very tight window that they're trying to fit it into, and that's what this shoe does. So if you're looking for something like that, I would try it out. If you can get to a store that has it, try it on first, because it's very different feel, especially for most other Brooks. This is the only Brooks that I've had on that felt like this. Ghost most of the time are comfortable, at least to wear around. This shoe's strictly for getting out there and getting a fast time. Not bad to run in though. It feels fine to run in. And that's the Brooks Hyperion Tempo. So now on to the Nike React Infinity Run Flyknit 3. And that is a mouthful. And I think the 4 is either coming out or this is at the tail end of the 3. So this shoe's out there, kind of new right now, and this is my first impression of the shoe. I was able to get the shoe retail. It was kind of between this and New Balance Rebel 3. The New Balance Rebel 3 felt really soft. This shoe has kind of that stiffer feel to it. The React foam has that stiff feel to it. It's squishy, but it feels like it really compacts under your foot. Once you're in the shoe and you're walking around in it, it feels really firm. So there's not a lot of give, front to back. My impression of the shoe when I'm running in the shoe is it's got a little bit of a rocker in it. If you notice this, you got a little bit in the back here, you got a little bit of give in the front. And when you're out there and you're putting miles in, I haven't found a good pace. I've only probably run 10 to 12 miles in the shoes so far, about three decent runs, and I just can't settle in on a pace. It's supposed to be like a recovery max cushion type shoe, and the stats on the shoe, it's 10.5 ounces, so it's a little heavy. It feels heavy. It doesn't feel super heavy underfoot, but I think it's a little misleading as well. It has the Flyknit upper, which feels incredibly light. It has a ton of give in it on the upper side, and it fits right around your foot. I mean, it just comes right around your foot, and it feels good. Like, it doesn't feel bad on the foot. It's an 8mm drop front to back. The total stack height in the back is 34 millimeters, and the front's 26. So that difference back to front kind of helps with that rocker a little bit, and being so stiff, so you really feel that rocker underneath you. And the shoe feels like the faster you run in it, the easier it is to run in. Like when you're going slower at slower paces. So for me, 9:30, 10 minutes, just kind of taking it real easy, it feels like you're really plodding along in the shoe. Like you're doing a lot of work to move the shoe along. And I don't know if that's just the weight of the shoe or the way that the shoe's made, because it has that rocker in it. But I haven't found that just smooth, easy pace. And it's wintertime right now, so it's not the easiest time to get out there and get miles. Usually I'm wearing, extra clothes. It's dark outside, so there's not an opportunity to really run in what I will call ideal conditions. I may take the shoe up to the track, maybe just give it a little bit of a track workout, see how it feels up there, see if I can find a decent pace just to hang on and see what it feels like. As far as the outsole goes, this is supposed to be one of the selling points of the shoe, is that it has a really good outsole grip. And you can see it's got a lot of rubber on it. That probably adds to the weight a little bit. And they've kind of, pick their spots a little bit. So the back of the shoe, not a whole lot of rubber. Most of the rubber is right there in the front for the grip. I got caught in the rain with the shoe, so I got to try it in some inclement conditions, not intentionally. And the shoe didn't do bad. The one thing I noticed, which to me the worst surface to run on, is exposed concrete. Concrete where that top layer has kind of gone off and it's just got the aggregate underneath, and you hit it. That's just bad in almost any shoe. Like the only shoe that I've ran in that didn't feel bad in, I think, was the Brooks 12, Ghost 12. It felt like it had a little bit of grip in that situation, but every other shoe is just slick as all get out. And this shoe is no different in those conditions. Wet asphalt though, wet, new finished concrete, fine. Shoe felt fine on that. But this one's a white version, so this, obviously I don't want to take it out and dirty it up right off the bat, but I did get a little bit dirty to start with, unfortunately. Other than that, though, it's got a nice cushion tongue. It is not gusseted, but it is attached pretty high up. Pretty high up. It's actually woven into the sides. I wouldn't call it gusseted necessarily. Doesn't slip. Haven't felt it slip at all. I have noticed the back, the heel counter here is really stiff, and I'm not sure what they were doing with the polka dot color and what that's supposed to be. Shoes are kind of colorful though. Like I was like, yeah, I'll try them. Like that doesn't bother me. I'm not sure what this is though. It's a little odd. The inside got the Flyknit on it, with the half Nike. And I haven't run in Nikes a whole lot, but this back, this heel counter, it's pretty stiff, and it feels like where this is at, it just kind of rubs wrong a little bit. It does rub into the Achilles a little bit. I have felt it there. Longer runs though, up to 4 miles. I put the runner's knot on here to start with, had this laced back tight, like real tight, and that's when I really noticed it. And I was like, I don't know if this shoe's going to work, because that was my first run. I always try to go tight to start with. After that, I loosened it up. I got rid of the runner's knot, and I'm just, tying a regular thing around here. It's plenty tight. It's not going to slip. I don't think the shoe's going to slip because the upper does flex so much. It really pulls tight against you. But that relieved kind of that pressure on the back. So there's a little bit of work with this shoe. And like I said, I haven't run in Nikes before. Not because I've been trying to avoid them, just haven't found one like in a price point that I like that was worth trying. This one was on sale. The original price point of the shoe, I think, is like $160. Would I pay $160 to run this shoe? Absolutely not. No. But it was marked down to half price. That's what makes me think there's a version 4 coming out here shortly. For me, daily trainer, can I get some miles in this shoe? Yeah, fine. To me, what I think this shoe might be best for is actually like a pre-race shoe where you're doing your warm-up. It's a little bit heavier. You kind of feel that underneath your legs, and it gets you ready, for that race. You run your warm-up in this 1.5 miles, or half mile, whatever it is, do all of your work with a little heavier shoe on. Then you come in the race, you put your 7-ounce shoes on or whatever they are, and you're ready to go. So to me, that's where this shoe could really pick up. Is it a great recovery shoe? It doesn't have that max cushion. It's marketed as max cushion, but it doesn't have that max cushion feel to it where it has a lot of give. Like I said, the React foam is kind of stiff to me. I haven't run in a lot of Nikes, so I don't have a real good feel for them. The last pair of Nikes that I ran in was a Zoom 2 something. It just had a giant air pad underneath it. It really wasn't a running shoe, but it was early on when I was getting into running that I got the shoe, and it was just, it's not a running shoe. It was completely unstable. And it was just, hey, this is a running shoe. It's like, I guess so, but it wasn't good. This is a running shoe. Like if you put the shoe on, you go out, you can get miles in the shoe, no doubt about it. It takes a little work to figure out the comfort of the shoe so you're not rubbing your Achilles or causing yourself any other pain anywhere else, and also just to figure out what pace that you can run in the shoe. For me, it feels weird because it feels like it wants to go really fast, but it's kind of a heavier shoe with not a great energy return. The React's not great energy return foam. It's just the shape of the shoe, the way that they made it with that rocker. You can feel it definitely when you're running, and it just when you're going at the slow paces, it just feels like you're plodding along. So I don't know, maybe just speed my turnover up, or but it felt like long strides and high rate was the best combo, which is kind of weird. So some more work to do on the shoe, but the first impression of the shoe is it's a pretty decent shoe. I wouldn't go crazy, looking for a $160 shoe like this, but if you can get it at a discount because of 4's coming out, I wouldn't turn that down right now necessarily. Like I'd take a hard look at it, try it on, definitely see how it feels. It's not a bad looking shoe anyway. It's kind of colorful. I'm sure they have different colorways, but this is the one that was available at Hibbett's when I picked them out, and it's not a bad shoe. At least not right now. Like I said, I haven't run at Nikes a whole lot. I'm more of an Asics guy. But if I can figure out what speed and how to wear the shoe, it may be enjoyable. But right now I'm a ways away. And I've tried Pegasus on and stuff before. It's not that I haven't tried Nikes on before. I've tried them on. I don't like the upper on the Pegasus at all. So that's why it's out. This upper, it feels completely different because it's got a lot of give in it. The Pegasus to me was kind of structured but really loose. So it didn't really lock down your foot, and I just didn't like it. So I will probably never run a Pegasus unless they change the uppers significantly. But that is the Nike React Infinity Run Flyknit 3. And by the time you say all that, they'll be out with the 4's. All right, so if you get a chance to try these on, go ahead, try them on. Give them a look. All right, that's all I've got for today. It's starting to warm up, so I'm going to try to get out there and get some miles. Good luck to you. See you later.